Hey, welcome to Gong Jiao Wei, episode 8, part 2.
Okay, are we going to dissect characters now?
Yes.
Okay, let me get into the characters, and then I'm going to explain how this mirrors the Soviet Revolution and which character represents who. Okay, but then it's up to you who you want to look at this character and see who they are in society. It could be a Trump, it could be a Hitler, it could be anybody.
Gaddafi.
Right, so yeah, exactly, right. But in terms of when George Orwell wrote this and what he intended it to represent, that was the Soviet Revolution. So yeah, anyway,
sorry.
Animal
Speaking
Farm
of Gaddafi,
is essentially... Yeah.
Speaking of Gaddafi, I miss that guy, man. That guy's got swag, man. He is a dictator for sure, but he got fucking swag, man. You see him walking around with his fucking robe, with that fucking headdress, with that sunglasses, with that little smirk in his face. Dude, that's like swag you can't get on a normal person, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I just wanted to put that out there. And read his little green book when you have the chance.
Okay. So now that we all know you have a man crush for Gaddafi.
Yes. He's my man.
We will not.
Can I watch later?
I don't know. I always saw what? Sorry, what is it?
Can I watch later?
Because you praise Gaddafi, is it? Mussolini, anyone? Gaddafi, Hitler? Okay, yeah, no, but I always saw Gaddafi as like, or the Dictator, the film by Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah, I always felt that vibe from him as well. So yeah, back to the main characters and what Animal Farm was actually intended to be and how it has evolved to speak to us in modern times. So Animal Farm was originally written by George Orwell. It's a cautionary tale about the quest for equality through political change and revolution. And ultimately this fails, right? And it was actually based off the Russian Revolution. And it's using animals to personify the dangers of a totalitarian government. So, okay, Guy didn't get into any of the characters, so I'll explain. The one that starts the revolution, or starts the idea of the revolution, is this boar called Old Major. Right, so this is a very heroic old guy that everybody respected, and he represents the communist leaders, Karl Marx, as well as Vladimir Lenin, the OG of the Russian Revolution. So Lenin actually had very good intentions. Karl Marx, when he designed the philosophy behind or wrote the manifesto for communism, they all had very good intentions to it. They wanted equality for people, everyone to be treated fairly and equally. And that's kind of what Old Major wanted too for all the animals on Animal Farm. But then you have three other motherfuckers, right? Known as Napoleon, Snowball, and Squealer. Right? So Snowball is a strong leader. He's young, he's intelligent, but he is evil. He still wants to control all the animals.
Snowball.
And yeah, Snowball. Right, the initial one that eventually got exiled because Napoleon wants full power. Snowball, I think, was actually meant to represent Leon Trotsky in the Russian Revolution, who eventually got thrown out by Stalin. So Napoleon, which brings me to Napoleon. Napoleon is this stubborn boar who's a communist tyrant, right? So yeah, Napoleon represents Stalin in the Russian Revolution. Squealer is actually an entity. So Squealer is a poker pig who is talented in argument and deception. And he basically represents the propaganda machine. And during the Soviet Revolution, at that time, they released this newspaper called Pravda. And Pravda was this heavily propaganda newspaper that basically bullshitted the people about what was going on, move them away from the inequalities and injustices that were happening during the time. Yeah, so that's what Squealer represents. The original owner of the farm also has quite a bit of significance here. Mr. Jones, right? So Mr. Jones is the original owner of the farm, and before it's taken over by all the animals. And he actually represents the Tsar, the king of Russia, right? Before he was overthrown during the revolution. And there are actually a few human characters that I'm going to get into, right? There's this guy called Pilkington. He's a leader in another farm who is, his farm is like unkempt and it's just badly maintained. And he's more concerned with practicing his own hobbies and engaging in his own hobbies. And it's actually meant to represent the allied countries, right? Who don't have their shit together, right? They just bother about doing their own thing.
Right.
There's another human farm owner and another adjacent farm called Frederick. The owner here is a very, very cruel individual. Not really sure who this is meant to represent. Hitler was in the military at that time.
Right. But he is not in a place of power such that he's Mr. Frederick.
Yeah, not yet. I mean, it's only after his military career and after World War One that's when he started speaking up, and that's when people, gave him that voice and gave him that power. And then he shot out from there. Yeah, so I don't know, right? If you all know who Frederick is, please comment and let us know. But yeah, okay. Then there's this other human, Whymper, the lawyer. This is the dude that the animals go to, Squealer and Napoleon go to broker deals, right? To build a windmill, to get more resources for the farm when they said that, they're never going to trust humans or never going to work with humans again. But yeah, he's the human that liaises with them, the middleman, and he ignores all the horrible shit that's actually going on the farm, right?
Is that and
the bank? Sorry?
Is that the bank?
Yeah. He is basically the entities, the nations, anybody that profits from all this shit. So the people that push wars, to profit from military spending, building of weapons,
he's the money.
Banks to make money. Yeah, he's the money guy, right? And he doesn't care what's going on, and he just works with these ruthless dictators to ultimately just get more profits. Yeah. So I think that's all the humans I got. Yeah. Okay, then some animals that I feel are quite important in this scenario. The horse, Boxer. So Boxer is this stallion, very big, strong male horse, and he has really good character. He has really good work ethic. Right, he's a good worker, and he, I think, is meant to represent the exploited working class who, will do all the work for the government, start believing the propaganda and will believe in the government's cause if they are convinced enough. Or, yeah, if enough
minimally taken care of.
Yeah, and they will just be thankful because of their good nature. Then we get to the annoying ass sheep, which is clearly representation of the sheeple. So they are the loyal, naive, animals on the farm, representing sheeple, the ignorant masses that exist within our society, who will blindly follow, stay loyal no matter what, because they just follow. Right? They've got nothing else to chant except 4 legs, good.
Whoever tells them bad, whatever to say.
Yeah, to say and then to do, and then that's it. Yeah, they're just gonna follow. And the last character, I actually feel this character is pretty important, although he's quite insignificant in the story. Benjamin the donkey. So Benjamin the donkey is this like defeatist, has this like defeatist attitude, which and very cynical attitude, which ultimately becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So he's the dude, right? They say, yeah, nothing gonna change one lah. Nothing will happen one lah. It's always the same one lah. He's that dude. He's the one that has this mentality, and ultimately, yeah, nothing changes.
Right.
Even I think it's at the end of the book, like when they're all peering through the windows, watching the poker game going on, they can't differentiate between the humans and the pigs, and then this guy's there like, yeah, nothing will ever change.
Told ya.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Is that dude in society, the overtly cynical one? So yeah, I think that's all the characters that I wanted to get into. Yeah. Let's start off with like old major.
Okay, how about we put it into a modern context
Okay.
instead of so you know how it was a critique on what happened during communism.
Mm-hmm.
Could you also extrapolate it to currently where we are seeing kind of the reversal of capitalism in the US or around the world? Because there's this feeling that people are starting to see the flaws of capitalism with the whole Occupy Wall Street thing, and
Right.
people losing trust in the central bank because they just
Right.
printing unlimited money. Then this whole thing is starting to fall apart. So I think we're on the brink of something, and if we are able to use this model that's presented in Animal Farm and kind of project into the future, that might be something interesting.
Yeah,
So who
I
would
think that'd
be
be
old
easy.
major in this case? Yeah,
So
so
old
he's
major's
the idealist, right?
yeah, he's the idealist. The people the one that really wants what's best for
Yeah, yeah.
the majority of humanity.
So who would want what's best for society in a capitalist model?
Are there
No,
any like
I think it would be like classical economists. They'd be like trade is it'll make everybody better
so the people
off. There's
analyzing
specialization. No,
right?
like academics of modern economy of modern
Yeah, okay, yeah.
economics.
Yeah,
Because of
that's why I
through
was.
the model, uh, the kind of mental models they had, the theories they had. It's like this capitalist structure is what's going to have the most units of good for society
Mm-hmm.
because of trade, because of specialization, because of industrialization. Things are gonna progress, and we're gonna make more. We're gonna make very efficient use of our limited resources to generate the most utility for society. And yeah, I think in this case they would be the home major.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Right, the academics who have the best interest at heart,
So
and the ones who have the relevant knowledge, right, to
yeah,
know how to shift or move away from what we have now,
right.
this the capitalistic
Yeah, and, and,
system.
and I guess when they kind of developed the economic model, it was during a time where the world was deciding between capitalism and communism. And from this perspective, or from this side of the mirror, communism was kind of losing, and they were on the brink of it. Whereas in Animal Farm, it's like the humans are kind of on the losing side, and it's time for a new model. It's on that cusp when he kind of communicated his idea for the three little pigs to pick up on.
Right.
Which brings us to who are the three pigs
Yep. Who are the
in
three
this in
people?
this current time.
Who are the bad guys, essentially? Okay, so we would have initially a group of individuals coming together to want to appear to move out of capitalism, right? I'm
Yes,
guessing it's the ones who are, they belong to the same kind of community. They hold some level of power already, so probably your banks.
really. I think the bank will always be the bank. It's like what's the human's name?
A whimper is
Yeah.
whimper. Okay, yeah. I see that. Yeah, because ultimately money is their goal, right? They want to profit
that's their
from
end
whatever
game.
it is. Bad guys. The corporations? I mean, they are the bad guys now.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it works out because whole major is already passed. It's all the old economists, and right now we're in like the middle of the rule of the pigs. So yeah, I mean, big corporation. Fucking, you look at big pharma. How the fuck they are treating people who need medication as a means of survival. Then you look at Amazon, who fucking treats their workers like shit. Like they're fucking dropping dead in the middle of a shift,
Right.
and like that has not been addressed.
Yeah.
And yet they still have power over the general population because, especially during COVID, everyone's shopping online and they're getting even bigger.
Yeah. I mean, that shit started all the way with iPhones also, right? And Chinese workers committing suicide.
Right.
So they built goddamn nets around the
So it's not
buildings.
It's not even a thing between US and China. It's like it's the ideology in itself. It's like something is flawed somewhere.
Yeah, okay. So I think we have our Snowball, Napoleon. Squealer is a bit, I mean, it's kind of linked to them, but Squealer's more of the propaganda. So I think that goes to the people who spin shit, which is the news, right? And the agencies out there, that want to spin the news in a specific way.
Right.
Like now, America, the big thing.
The lie, the perpetuating the lie.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, they will perpetuate the lie. They will manipulate people's thoughts and opinions, right? And yeah, I mean, you look at a media in US and how it's so based on fear mongering. Look at media in Singapore, right, and how it's controlled by SPH, right? Look at the shit that just came out, the infographic, right? Everyone's so fucking mad over
that is
it.
a whole other episode, man.
Yeah, but it depends on what the media wishes to portray and what entities behind the media wants the media to portray.
Right.
I think we have our Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer. Yeah, 3 little pigs. Mr. Jones, the original owner of the farm. So if we're applying this to capitalism, right?
Right.
Who's the original owner of capitalism?
I think countries, sovereign countries.
Mm.
Because it used to be, the how people not say kept in line, but governed, influenced is mostly by the countries. But now it's been taken over by the big corporations, which in this case are the pigs. Which it's the same plot line. Mr. Jones was
original
our first,
right?
and then the pigs, and now it's like countries used to be able to kind of rule over the masses, and kind of take care of what needs to be taken care of the citizens' good. Now it is very consumer based. Like whoever produces the best product supplies it
has
at
the
the cheapest
power.
price at the most timely manner. They're gonna be the ones running your life.
Yep. Okay, so
it's
Mr. Jones. Yep. Pilkington, the other owner of the farm that has a very unkempt, large farm, doesn't really care about the farm, cares more about his own interests, his hobbies, and things like that. So countries that kind of apply capitalism to it, but then they don't really care too much or focus too much on that model, but instead it's meant to serve their own interests.
Philippines.
Why Philippines?
Duarte.
Okay, right. Yeah. That consolidation of power that he has, right?
Who else?
I mean,
I think a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
South American countries as well. I don't know. Cartels,
so the drug lords and stuff like that,
gangs, yeah,
possibly.
underworld. Good thing
Yeah,
they are playing their own game of power
they are playing their own capitalism game there. Yeah, that's true.
in a
They are
different
messing.
board. If you were to
Hmm,
use a
yeah,
board
yeah,
game analogy,
yeah,
it's kind of the same
yeah,
game
yeah.
on a different board.
Yeah, I think Pilkington and Frederick are your illegal underground trades. That is still based off of capitalism. Still
Right,
based off of
right.
demand and supply. But yeah, they're functioning on that level.
Yeah, yeah. So macam the pigs are the mainstream thing
Hmm.
because they are the
Yeah,
protagonists of that story.
yeah,
And then you have the triads, the underground world, who are the Pilkingtons and what was the other guy, Fredericks of
yeah.
that story.
Frederick. Hmm.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's good. The other human character, Whimper. I think we talked about that one.
Yeah,
Banks, right?
the
Whimper
banks, Miss
stays at
Banks.
the banks. Yeah, so I think we got Whimper down. Then we have the last few animal characters: Boxer, the sheep, and Benjamin.
Sheep is okay, kind of easy lah. This one is easy lah.
The sheep.
Whoever's not aware of this thing happening.
Yeah, whoever's just going with the flow and going along with it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, maybe going with the flow is not really the best word to use. I think ignorance is the best word to use, right? People who are literally ignorant about any form of whatever it is that's happening around the world
Right.
and how the economy is changing, how systems like these work, right? And yeah, I guess that's the sheeple.
So who's the donkey? The donkey.
Benjamin the donkey, the cynical, the defeatist attitude.
Is it us?
Are we that cynical? I would like to say I am
I don't think I'm that cynical.
yeah, I think I go with realism, more than anything else. Like I won't just downplay something for the sake of downplaying something.
Right. Would you say the donkeys have given up on society? But
Yeah,
they are still participating. Right?
they are part of society. They're still working on the farm. But look at the donkey's role on the farm, right? What the fuck is a donkey's role on the farm? If you really think about it.
Jack shit.
Yeah, right. They don't do much, right? Maybe occasionally, transport here and there, right? You could put a bale of hay on the donkey and have it move it around. You could. What else does a donkey do, man? Eat the hay. Yeah, but he doesn't really do that much. He's not the one producing the eggs. He's not the one, doing the heavy lifting like Boxer. Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I guess he's the ones that are in society, that they are contributing minimally to society.
I think they have some sort of consciousness,
Yeah, but
which makes them cynical in the first place.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's why they see it. They see it.
Yeah.
They
But then
take some time to sit back.
They lack something.
Yeah, they lack that that hope, that belief, that light to change. They
Right.
don't want to change anything because they've accepted defeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this psychological term also, accepted defeat, right? So essentially those are the individuals who've already given up. They've accepted defeat, they've realized the world is the way it is, and then
Right.
I'm not gonna bother, not gonna do anything about it.
Right.
I mean, to some extent we all are Benjamin the donkey at times.
Yeah.
We all from time to time do that shit, where we're like, fuck it, it's like that. It is what it is. And then we just,
Yeah.
not do anything about it, or
Maybe
we don't
it's
pursue it.
not a person. Maybe it's something that's inside all of us.
Yeah, like an aspect that
It's
cynical,
that self
cynicism,
doubt. It's that fear. It's
yeah,
that
that
it's
not that
like nothing
nagging
I
thought
ever
that nothing
do.
I do is gonna matter.
Will
Yeah,
ever matter.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So I guess Benjamin the donkey exists in all of us. Bunch of fucking jackasses.
There's a jackass in all of us. Sad to say,
Yes.
but true.
Yep, definitely. So the last one we have left is Boxer. Yeah, Boxer. The very powerful, strong character in the story, the good worker, the one that's going to get exploited.
We talked about it, right?
Did we?
I think we did.
I mean, he kind of sums up, we didn't talk about Boxer.
Okay.
But he is what he is in the story.
He is what he is.
In the story as well as real life. So yeah, every time I see like our friends who are bankers and how dog shit tired they are, I always get a reminder of Boxer.
Why banker? Got other
Because
job also doing shit one.
Okay, doing shit super tired, but they are really the ones in Boxer's situation, right? Any time can just die, get cut out of the system, you can be replaced, right, with another horse. And then it's in supply, right? And the companies utilize that to kind of just bully them, into being able to replace them at any time. That's why I feel like they're the Boxers.
Yeah. Because they still believe in that capitalist model.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is essentially what bankers are, or people in finance are.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still, if you're not investing for yourself, if you're not building a business for yourself, if you are just getting a set amount of salary, you're still in that rat race.
Yep, which is basically the exploitation of the working class.
Yes.
So yeah, likewise, Boxer exists in all of us, at least the everyday salaryman. Boxer's story is really sad. Like, this dude slaves his ass off for the pigs, right? And then like he finally collapses from just sheer exhaustion. And then the pigs are like, okay, Napoleon's like, okay, I'm gonna send you to the vet, take care of you, right? Make sure you get all right. Motherfucker sends him to the slaughterhouse. And then to rub salt on the wound, like they're supposed to have a banquet for everybody to celebrate, Boxer and all that he's done for the farm, and everybody gets to enjoy. So it's supposed to be a big banquet. All the money and resources that were planned for this banquet, the pigs take everything, and then they just get drunk at night. And the animals don't get rewarded for Boxer's hard work. Fucking hell, man.
I don't know what to say.
I cry every time.
I cry every time.
That's pretty much it.
Well, yeah, that's our view on Animal Farm for the modern how do you say
context.
Yeah.
Yeah, modern. Yeah, I guess so.
Yes. And if anyone out there has another way to dissect this whole thing and to put in a very modern lens, we would like to hear it, because we love alternate views on stuff such as this. And because it's it's literature, so I'm pretty sure there are other ways of interpreting this.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, tell us what you think about Animal Farm.
Yes, and as always, follow us on all the fucking social media platforms, man. Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter, TikTok, Pornhub.
TikTok, yeah, TikTok. Actually, actually TikTok don't have officially Gong Jia Wei, but you can come follow me or Gee on TikTok. Gee, go make a TikTok quick.
I have TikTok, I just don't post shit on it.
Yeah, see, you need to make a video. Do one of those dances.
No.
No? Yep, okay. That's it. Bye.
Bye.